Hi there, my name is Tim Rutherford. I am the author. I'm the only person who does the ERP Sim SAP Labs and textbook. I don't have a staff. I'm not a university professor. I don't have any interns. I have nothing. It's just me doing everything. And I've reached a point where I'm literally showing you my reports. These are my sales for this year. I've sold literally 114 books. That matches my enrollment and another university I know, their enrollment, and then a few people here and there have picked it up. As far as I know, nobody's using it. And this is after me spending years sending out thousands and thousands and thousands of copies. So I'm at a point where the revenue is not exceeding, the expenses are exceeding the revenue. Again, I make no money on the YouTube videos. I'm making no money on these books. I never expected to make money on these books. I wasn't planning on retiring as being an author for ERP Sim textbooks, but I at least need to cover my expenses. And by the time Amazon takes their portion of the royalties, IRS takes their portion of the royalties, I'm at a point where I just can't afford to send out free copies anymore. So mailing hardcover books, well, softcover books to people, but actual hold in your hand books, I can't do that anymore. Those were costing me about $12 a book to send out. I had the opportunity a few times to send out thousands of books, hundreds of books maybe, to the various workshops when they were in person. That cost hundreds of dollars. I'm not sure it got into the thousands, but it was hundreds of dollars. And I'm just not getting people aren't using it. So the book has been updated. It is 100% updated. And this is literally today, October 16th, 2022. It is 100% updated right now. Everything is set for fall 2022. I'm still teaching at Wichita State University. I have one graduate class. I'm teaching again spring 2023, so I need this book for my classes, and that's actually where this started, just to give you some background on it. This was originally a course packet. My blue screen is kind of filtered, making this a little weird. This was a course packet that I put together at UW-Milwaukee, teaching a capstone course, a strategic management capstone course that used ERP Sim. UW-Milwaukee made a change with their bookstore. They decided no longer to have an actual bookstore that was on the payroll and they were paying for it, and they went to an e-bookstore. So they outsourced it. So all those people lost their jobs, and they went to some bookstore in Kentucky. And I went to the guy who was making these, making sure that this worked out for me. I would put the content together, and he'd make sure it was printed and ready. And I said, "What do I do?" And he said, "I don't know what to expect. You should just publish a book on Amazon and just have your students buy it." Like, you're not going to make any money off of it, but, that's the option. So I spent many months, because I knew this was coming, many months putting things together. I paid for this. I put the whole thing together, designed it all, paid for it. This was a preview copy of my first edition, and I said, that doesn't look very good, so I changed the cover to this. I paid for this as well. These are all my expenses. This is all my work. This was unpaid hours. Once it came out, my students bought it. Maybe I made back my money. I don't know. I at least was getting them the content. That first edition didn't last very long because that came out early. Well, I guess it was late 2015. But then fall 2016, ERP Sim made a huge change. So I had to revise the entire book. And I actually had some support from ERP Sim at this point for making the book. So I paid. I went to my local home Office Max. They've changed names. Whatever it is. Office Depot. I almost said Home Depot. I went to my local place and had this printed. This is my expense. I spent time putting it together. Then I had a preview copy sent to me from Amazon. Again, paid for this myself. This is the original look of it. I didn't really like it, and this is what was actually ended up being released. The whole back cover and everything. I'm not a designer. I had to learn Adobe InDesign to just get the stuff going. Learned a lot about publishing over the years, but again, it's just me. I have no interns, I have no staff, I have nothing. When ERP Sim changed things enough that I had to release a new edition, the third edition came out. Again, I paid for all of these images on here, all the extra, so I can publish using them, did the whole design, the whole layout, did all the content. This is a not for resale version. Can't really read it, but I had to pay for these. I paid for each individual book. This was the last print book that I put out. And I'm at the point where I kind of saw this coming in the spring, so I've now done just an ebook. The ebook covers everything. It's 100% updated. I lowered the price to $9.99, hoping to get more people to buy. And I've had my enrollment for fall 2022 and someone else's enrollment has purchased my book. The fourth edition, as of right now, is still relevant. It still works for the manufacturing game. You can use it. They're still buying it. It's more expensive, not sure why. But the $9.99 version covers everything. It is, again, up to date, ready to go, but I can no longer send out free versions. The other piece to this is I pay for hosting this website. And this website is something that I put together myself. This is, I build this. I pay for the images that go on here. I'm not sure how much longer I can do this. Again, the book is $9.99. I'm hoping you can buy your own. If you can't, sorry. Again, I will keep this updated. I'd like to keep this going. If you guys if you start using it in your classes and I start seeing, this is how many sales I have in a month. Oh, okay, I can afford this. So there we go. Please just buy the book, and I'll keep putting this out as long as I can.